Greetings and salutations, my fine fellow friends. My name is Ivy Blackheart, and welcome to To Be Determined, where each week we pick a different topic and determine our thoughts. This week, we're going to be talking about understanding Why Don't We? Why Don't We is a self-proclaimed man band. Each of the boys come from a different, each of the men come from various parts of the United States. Two of the boys, Corbin and Zach from Texas, Jack, California, Jonah from Minnesota, and Daniel from Washington. They were all solo artists before they joined the band, each having various solo songs out and solo albums and song credits and various different songs. They each met. They met through various parts. So the three of the boys, Zach, Corbin, and Jack, were all part of a meet and greet tour named Impact. Daniel and Corbin met through a song they worked together on called Who for Love, featuring BTS. But the five of them collectively met and became friends at an early recognition party for Daniel in season 14 of American Idol. The idea came about that day, that after a couple years of them knowing each other, being friends, for them to join a band, to form a band. And they were kind of like, why don't we form a band? So they formed a band and named it Why Don't We? And Why Don't We kind of became their mantra for everything, kind of became their saying, their empowerment, their why don't we write this song? Why don't we do this? Why don't we go on tour? Stuff like that. They were fairly busy when it comes to music. They released a total of 4 EPs in the first 2 years of them having a band, and also in the same 2 years went on tour. Their EPs are Only the Beginning, Something Different, Why Don't We Just, and Invitation. After all of those EPs were released and they went on their final tour for Invitation, they wrote an album named 8 Letters with various other famous artists. 8 Letters, the 8 Letters album was released every month of 2018, and the following year, 2019, they went on tour for this album, which I got to see them in concert, by the way. Just a little bragging statement, I got to see them in concert, but which was really awesome. So they went on tour for 2019, and then at the end of 2019, after they got off tour, they realized a lot of their fan base wanted to see music written by them and wanted to see music written by the boys and not by other people that they were just singing. Because the boys had posted various short videos of songs that they had written on their social medias. So for the end of 2019, beginning of 2020-ish, they decided to go on break. A social media outbreak, like social media out thing. They didn't say anything for they didn't post anything on social media. They took a complete social media break to write their second album called The Good Times and Bad Ones, which just recently came out at the end of 2020, September 29th actually. Just 3 days, 2 days, 3 days short of 2 days long of their 4-year anniversary of joining a band. After they came back from this band, from this social media break and releasing their second album, they had a new mantra. They had a new thing. Their new thing was to do what you want to do and do what makes you happy, and make sure that you are make sure that you're doing what's best for you. And this new album is very personal to them. And so it meant a lot with the outcry of amazing reviews this album had gotten. The band supports various different charities, including the Black Lives Matter movement, Toys for Tots. I think they support the children in hospitals. Well, I forget the name of the hospital. It's something like that. But they all support they love to be there for their fans. very inspiring in that way. So, as always, I've been talking too much, so au revoir and ciao, my friends. Till next time, this was Ivy Blackheart on Understanding Why Don't We?